What up, everyone? Welcome to Gamerish Network Podcast, episode 62. It's me, your boy Dre, with my co-host, Miss Felice Cat, Queen of Gamerish. I know we posted on our page that we were going to be on at 8 o'clock today. We promised
I'm sorry.
we were trying to do it at 8 o'clock, but
Train.
shit happens. Yeah, shit happens. Trains fuck up and shit. So we had to push it back a little bit, but we said we was going to get this shit done today. And that's exactly what we're doing. So for those of you who joined us, I guess we'll call this the late night edition of the Gamerish
After dark.
Yeah, Gamerish After Dark. And so we all started, lately. I know Felice is back. It's been like 2 weeks since y'all seen her. It's been probably like over a month since all three of us have been together and shit. Like, well, don't worry, guys. We're all coming back together soon. Everybody's doing shit, but I promise you we'll all be back one way or another. So I know you got a drink in hand before we get into my icebreaker question of the night. What you drink? You drink it? Oh, at first I thought that was a Budweiser.
Oh, that's nasty.
Oh man,
I got class.
It's water. It's water. Like if my wife says go and drink some water, I drink Budweiser.
Yeah, it is like what? This is a cider.
All right. I never drank that one. That's weird.
I have hard, heavier stuff, but I literally, like he said, I was just trying to get in here. Well, obviously not on time, but I was trying to get in here. I was like, look, I put myself a drink afterwards. I'll start here. Let's start late. Let's ease it back in.
Yeah, I got my damn Diplomatico, of course.
Oh yeah, you and your Diplomaticos.
Yeah, I'm at the end of the bottle, and so I got the bottle with me just in case we go there. In case I finish this glass I got on hand. I'll drink a little bit before you came.
Thanks.
And what up to everybody that's joining us right now? Like we said, we're sorry we're a little bit late, but we're here to we'll still give you guys the latest and greatest news and talk about some damn games. But before we get into the games, I always have an icebreaker question for those that are with us, and audience is always allowed to join us. For those who are listening to this, we do this live, and so if you want to be a part of the show, you can always catch us live at 9 o'clock. Maybe we might change that time one day soon, but so far right now, 9 p.m. on Thursday nights, you can catch the Gamerish Network live. So with that said, though, my icebreaker question today, I was thinking about all the I was listening to another podcast and they're talking about like all the generations of video game consoles that we had, and they were talking about like this was overhyped and that was overhyped. So I wanted to throw out the question: what console do you think that was praised so much in the media or with your friends that you felt like y'all overhyping this shit? Like, there's no way this shit is that live. Is in your opinion, it wasn't that damn good. What's I'll even let you choose a handheld console too, because I know it's hard to choose between our fucking big name, our TV consoles, but when it comes to handhelds, it'd probably be easier to probably think of something that was overhyped handheld wise. At first I said I wasn't gonna let y'all choose a handheld console, but I figured, what, fuck it, it'll give people more choices, but it would be harder if I took that option away. But could anything come to your mind, a console that was overhyped to you? And don't be afraid of people atting you either.
You trying to get me in trouble here.
Hey, man, everyone has, I like to bring up the hot topics. What's up, Wolfie? The Beast 21. Thanks for joining, man.
Hey,
I just threw out the question: what console, including handheld, do you think was very overhyped? And don't do console bias either. Don't just throw out Xbox.
Yo, I'm like, you got me looking up old names and shit right now, because there's a handheld I'm thinking about, but I'm trying to remember what the fuck it was called. And I can't remember.
Was it a Nintendo handheld?
Nah, it was like Sega or something.
The not the Game Gear, or was it Game Gear?
Was it Neo Geo? Nah, that's not it.
No, that's a console.
That's a console. But I can't remember. It was all right. So forget that. I want to say the remakes of those. Every holiday, every Christmas holiday or whatever, they recreate something from our childhood. That's because they only care about the 80s babies. Let's be real. Like, recreate something from our childhood.
No. Let's not do the remake. That's too easy of an answer.
No.
That's
it's
too
got to
easy
be
of an
said
answer.
because we fall for it every time. You know we do, and we touch it one time during
Um,
Thanksgiving or during Christmas, and then never again.
all right, but what remake? What remake console? Like, is you talk about like the Super Nintendo
Both of them,
remake?
both remakes,
All of them. All
the
right, so
Nintendo, the
those
Super
were
Nintendo, and the
overhyped.
NES.
I would say that the Super Nintendo, what would they call it? The Nintendo, what they call these shits? The retros or
Retro
whatever.
or something. I don't remember.
Yeah, I forgot the name they're fucking using for it. But I know that I remember when the Super Nintendo one came out, it was always sold out. And nobody is fucking buying it. I mean, well, people were buying it. I mean, no one was talking about it once they got it. It's like people just got it just to say,
It's just
"Oh,
there.
I got the retro Nintendo
Yeah,
console," and blah blah blah. I didn't get it because I was like, I'm not going to play anything on it, and all those games are coming to the Switch anyway. If I was going
yeah.
to get it as a collector's item, then fuck it, I get it as a collector's item. But I don't do well collecting stuff. It ends up just collecting dust until I realize that I'm not using this, and I throw it in my basement, only to be found again 10 to 15 years later, like I found the Jumanji board game.
Then you need to
Like
stop with that Jumanji board.
so and for those that are just joining us, the question was, what is the most overhyped console you think that has been released? Something everyone's loved, but you felt was just overhyped. When it comes to me, I have to say, like, I was trying to think of consoles, like, in a way, I was kind of thinking, like, in some ways, the PS2 was overhyped
Nah,
compared to.
stop playing with me. Stop playing
Good.
with
I
me.
see. There you go. That's exactly why I knew I'd get that reaction. But if I
Yeah,
didn't want
stop.
to get
Stop
that type
hurting
of
my
reaction,
feelings.
I do feel it was overhyped because I had PS2 day one, but I also had the Xbox, the original Xbox. And I'm like, look at all the shit this shit's doing. But why is the PlayStation getting all the fucking attention? It's just
Because
because
it was the
it
era of the RPGs and shit. Yo, you know
yeah,
how many RPGs
yeah,
I played
yeah. PS2
trying
had the
to
RPGs and
take
shit.
advantage of the return policy before I was old enough to work at GameStop, where it was like, if you beat this in 7 days, you bring it back. I was like, bet. Challenge
No,
accepted.
look,
Magna
Wolfie,
Carta,
the reason
Dark
I'm saying
Cloud.
over the hype. Like I enjoyed my PS2. Like don't get at me for that. Like I definitely enjoyed my damn PS2.
It wasn't
But
alright. I don't even remember the hype about it though, because I wasn't paying attention. I
it
think
was
that's just
just
for me anyway.
like when I went back to like graphics wise, the first
Oh,
Xbox was definitely better
yeah, yeah.
than the
Because
damn
Halo, I was just
PS2
like,
when it came to
yeah.
graphics.
My,
And
my little
back
cousin
then
had
I
Halo.
cared about graphics. I know Freddie, wish he was here because he cared about graphics way more than I did back then. Because we used to have this argument in high school, like, oh, but what about the graphics? Like, man, fuck the graphics. Why are you here worried about the damn graphics? Like, the game plays great.
Because it was changing so drastically during that era, for us
Yeah,
anyway.
I know, but yeah, but if I had to think about a handheld that was overhyped, I would have to give it up to the damn 3DS because the 3DS, even though it's just a variation of the DS, but how many people could agree with me when they got a 3DS, you played the games in 3D
Mad
for
King said
about.
PSP. He needs to get on. He needs to log out. Log out
Yo,
immediately,
son,
Mad King.
I thought about
Mad
PSP
King,
real hard,
log
but
out.
I couldn't go there.
You
You
can't.
know,
You can't go to the PSP.
because that
The
that was just
UMDs were.
the PSP failed the way the Dreamcast failed. It was just ahead of its time, and people weren't
We
ready
weren't
for it,
ready.
and that's why that shit failed. And of course, yes, PlayStation
We had
didn't
no
give no
games.
games.
That's
Yeah,
true.
they didn't
That's
support
true.
it. No, no.
That's
Well, they
because
supported it
yeah,
overseas. They didn't support it in America
the developers
because
said it
this.
was too hard to make shit for those UMDs. Really and truly, they just blackballed them. They said no.
Mhm. To the Vita, they're still making games for the fucking Vita right now
Yes. Yes.
overseas, and we not getting shit unless we import it. But I'll say the 3DS. I don't think there's anyone that would
You know,
disagree with me on this. After about three games on your
I
3DS,
was
you
gonna. I
turned
was.
off the
Yeah.
3D screen and you stopped playing it as a 3DS and you just played it as a regular DS. Most of the like, I can't think of
3DS.
anything.
Yes.
Like
Mad King. Yes.
2DS was just as useless,
It was
just
more useless.
but I couldn't find anything to do in 3D with the 3DS. Like I'll look at it for 5 seconds
I
and
don't
like
think I used the 3D. It made my eyes
exactly,
hurt.
exactly. It
And we
was
tell
just
kids that
another
we used to tell parents, they told us to tell them that, which is not good because we wouldn't be sued, that it may potentially hurt children's eyes that are still developing, which is kind of nonsense. It'll hurt anyone's eyes regardless. But
yeah.
yeah, yeah, because we didn't want to be sued.
No, yeah, they tried, but that was during the 3D era. Like, but then again, remember when I was selling 3D TVs at Sony like crazy, and now who the hell is using 3D on their TV
Honestly,
anymore?
I
You
think
know?
that between the Game Boy Advance SP, which I thought was genius, to the DS Lite, I didn't want to go back. I didn't want to go forward. Honestly, I wanted to. If they could have made a better Game Boy Advance SP, which I guess, in argument's sake, would be the DS Lite, I would have been stuck. I would have just stayed with that. I remember playing Four Swords. That was it. Four Swords. Final Fantasy Advanced Tactics on
I
that.
remember Four Swords was on Game Boy Advance. That's what we
Yeah,
said.
so Game Boy Advance
Yeah.
SP.
Oh, all right.
Same thing. Almost.
Yeah.
Same thing almost. One was a football, one was a square. When I
Yeah, that
got that
one.
shit,
Oh
I
yeah, I
got
was
this.
gonna say I
It was
didn't
a
get it,
birthday
but I
present.
did
I
get
think
it.
I was 16. But the boyfriend at the time brought home this traditional box of Game Boy Advance SPs in these big cardboard box display things, and it was the Final Fantasy Edition one. And I was like, "What is this?" Because he didn't want me playing his video games anymore. So yeah,
Yeah, I
selfish.
almost forgot all about the small version of that. I actually found it while cleaning up the other week when I was
Does it count as a
renovating
handheld?
my
Wii
house.
U?
And Wii
Uh,
U, I don't think Wii U was
It
overhyped. I
doesn't
think,
because it was supposed to be a handheld. They misled everyone by thinking it was going to be a handheld and a home console when in fact it was not. So you
mm,
can't really call it handheld. And then they took advantage of people by the only way you can fix your the thing, the tablet, it was $110, $910 to get a replacement, which may or may not work because it had sync issues. I remember that whole era. Oh my gosh, all the technical
I never
support.
had that damn issue. I don't know.
I
I
didn't
always
have an
get
issue,
lucky. Like
but
people
people with
always talk
children
about
did.
getting those first generation consoles, and they always talk about, oh, your first generation is gonna mess up. I've
Nah, that's
never
not
had
true. You
a
got to,
problem with
not
my
always
consoles,
anyway.
anything at launch. I will say when I got my second Xbox 360, that one did get the red
Same with
ring.
me.
But my first one never got the red rings when I did that
My
shit.
my shit only broke when I lent it to whatever boyfriend I was with at the time, and I was like, "What did you do to my system? Don't you know you have to put anything around it?" People don't know how to take care of technology though. Realistically, you
Yeah,
don't put it in a thing with a bunch of hot electronics next to it. You shorten its lifespan.
yeah. I would have bashed your boyfriend over the head with it
Dude,
after.
I was gonna bash him over the head, but I just left instead. It was different. After I got my Xbox back, a new one.
Well, if no one else has anything to add to that conversation, I guess we'll get into what we're playing right now. So that's our gaming
Oh shit!
hands on.
I gotta
You
remember this
know,
game I was
so
playing actually.
please, you can roll the wheel. I said right now I'm gonna start off with what I've been playing before we get into stuff Felice is interested in right now, and
You
I'm
playing
gonna
all those
start.
games?
Huh?
You playing all those
I'm
games?
playing more, but that was what I was good. This is what I was going to talk about last week. So
All
the next
right.
week, I was going to have a lot more to talk about.
All right, I'm
But as
rolling the
soon as you
film.
start playing it, I'll get it up in the screen, man. I'll get it all up in there and make sure we put it
I think
right
I muted
here.
it.
Put it off. Yeah, keep it muted. Put it on full screen there for us.
All right, give me 1 minute. Is that better?
There we go. So Ghost Tsushima. I know a lot of people are either happy or sad. And no, and I thought I would talk about this when we get into the game news and everything right there. This video just showing a whole bunch of gameplay from it. But I'm playing the Iki Island. Is it Iki or Ichi? Whatever the fuck it
Itchy.
is. Ichi Island right now, and it is fucking phenomenal. I'm telling people it's well worth the fucking $30 extra for the game. And I always tell people, remember, we got that multiplayer for free, so they're probably just charging us for that multiplayer at the moment. They're like, fuck it, we didn't charge them before. Let's just charge them for that and this update at the same time and just say it's fucking the upgrade. Even though a lot of people are mad, but I feel like this is worth it. With this island alone, comes an extra 20 hours, if that,
Mm,
of extra story
that
content.
resolution.
Yeah,
That's not for
and
streaming though. You can't stream that much.
nah. So we getting an extra 20 hours here. And the story, like this island is I thought it was gonna be a small island, but it's just almost as big as the island you were on before. And without going into like any spoilers on the DLC, Ichi Island is where your father died. So it's a lot of going on there. You go there, you reminisce about a lot of spaces that's going on. You get like new side quests as opposed to like finding foxes now. You're like meeting deer and things like that and playing music for them. And whenever you play music, you have memories of your mother. But whenever you find like some place to meditate, you have these memories of your father. You also got this new enemy. I believe her name is the Wolf. Correct me if I'm wrong, anybody that's been playing it. But the root wolf is there, and she like had poisoned you in some way, and like you're having all these visions while you're playing the game, and they come so random that you can't even tell yourself like this was planned to happen right here because it's like while you're in the middle of the open world, you could be doing a regular quest or just running through the fields and she just like you just get stuck in some type of trance and it's crazy and sometimes I hate when it happens when I'm in the middle of battle because she starts talking to me and then I'm trying to parry or block and dodge and that shit could affect you in certain ways but the game's been good. The side quests have been great. The new armor I've been picking up is great. You get like a new attack for your horse. Now your horse could do like this charge attack and everything. So that really helps in battle, or at least not having to jump off your horse all the time and shit. But it is beautiful. The gameplay is great. I am gonna say right now, this right next to Returnal, I would say are like the two best looking PS5 games out there right now. But when it comes to content, I don't think any game coming out this year with DLC is going to have any better content than what Ghost of Tsushima has given us. So I just would throw that out there. But that's enough about Ghost because I feel like if I talk anymore, what's good, Kim? What's good? Thanks for joining us, girl. Somehow I was playing some Ghost of Tsushima. You gonna wait for it to be free. I don't think DLC is gonna be free, man. I think that they'll probably give us the game in like a year and a half, but I don't think they're gonna give you the DLC for free. Not
Nope.
unless they're like, oh, we're gonna give you the definitive edition. I think they'll give everybody the Ghost of Tsushima game for free, but they're not gonna give us the damn definitive edition for free. No way in hell is Sony gonna do that after this, especially what's going on with Horizon and shit. That they're definitely not giving us that shit for free. 30 bucks, $30 for the update, and if you didn't buy the game already, you could buy it fully for $70. But for the DLC, $30. You know, all right. But for the next game, I'm gonna talk about Psychonauts 2. You know,
Yep.
let's get up on there. So Psychonauts 2, like, I'll be honest, I'm one of those people that never played the first one. Well, I played it for 5 minutes, but it didn't interest me on the original Xbox. Now I am full fledged interested in this game so much that I started playing part one again. But I still want to finish this one because I feel like they did good enough at the beginning of this game to explain what happened in part one that you don't necessarily have to play part one, but I want to see how he learned all these powers because you have all your powers from the beginning of the game. So there's no real sense of, well, there is a sense of progression, but there's no sense of learning anything. There is progression because your powers you can level them up and they could do different things and you can only hold like four at a time. So it really changes up what you might do during your playthrough compared to what I might do and the story has been real funny at times. They did say this is a game about mental health, and you really feel that at some points in the game. I feel like I'm probably only about 25% through with the game, but there is some points where you're just like, damn, man, this could be what's going on in some people's head, and they do warn you, like, this game, even
It's
though it might be
triggering.
a traditional way of exploring mental health, and I love the way they do it because they don't push it on you. You recognize it yourself. Like you really recognize it yourself. Yeah, it's definitely a game of the year contender right now. Right next to It Takes Two. Those are my two Game of the Year contenders right now. It Takes Two, Psychonauts right now. Hey, Life is Strange comes out next week, so I don't want to jump to no damn conclusions. It's Microsoft and what's their names again? Oh God. Double Fine, yeah, Double Fine Productions. So you're gonna start it over. Felice, just let it play. Let it play. And then
I didn't start over.
not say you could and just let it play, so you don't gotta keep controlling it so much. But yeah. So this game though is good. Action's good. Graphics are great. I don't know if there's a lot of replayability. There's probably a lot of stuff to collect. I'm not a collector. I'm not the type of person that cares about platinuming games or getting the highest achievement and trophies. Whatever trophies I get is just because I played through the fucking game. Tim Leo, what's good, boy? Haven't seen you in a minute. I'm assuming you've been kicked off of Facebook again for a couple of months, but it was nice to see you, bro. Every time I don't see him commenting on Gamerish, I know he got kicked out of Facebook for a few months. How long you in jail for this time, man? I know you in jail. You know, Mm. But the game is great. To go back on that, Psychonauts, good game. If anybody has an Xbox, free on Game Pass, so you can play it on your PC, play it on your Xbox. Sorry, PlayStation owners, yeah, you got to just pay money for it. I think it's just $60 on PlayStation. You know, at least it's only 20 this time, man. But we're looking forward to have you back when you come back. And for those, like I said, that are listening to us, this game, we are live when we do this podcast. Just letting y'all know. So if y'all want to know why we keep talking to other people, it's just because we're live. We like to interact with the audience. So come join the Gamerish Network, and you could be part of this shit. Anytime. So like I can't say too much about this game yet, other than how fabulous it's been so far. It's been getting great review scores. Like Mad King was just reiterating, definitely looks like it's going to be a Game of the Year contender right now, and I'm glad that they're getting this success because, like I think we said a few podcasts ago, where I told people it's like you either played Psychonauts when it first came out or you heard about it. Like you one way or another, what Psychonauts is, one way or another. So but that's all I gotta say about that. Next game up is Marvel Revolution. You know, oh, Ratchet and Clank vibes? No. Well, you're gonna feel like it plays out like Ratchet and Clank in a way, except that you're not collecting nuts and bolts with every enemy you beat up. But it's something different, Kim. It's definitely something different. I know you. If you get a PlayStation, Xbox, you definitely are. If you got your PC, girl, like get on your PC and start playing that damn thing. I told you sign up for Game Pass. Definitely is worth the money. Definitely worth the money. Met what Marvel Future Revolution. Now this game is a phone game, and I don't ever give two shits about phone games unless they're card games. So, oh look at that, we had no idea, Kim. So get Game Pass. Um, this game is probably what Avengers should have been. I really feel this is what Avengers should have been. Son, this no, son, this game. Like you have to have a qualified phone to run this game. That's how good it is and how beautiful it looks. I feel like I'm playing a PS4 game on my phone. Like and interactive cutscenes, like short load times. You get your crew of heroes. Like yo, the beginning of the game is tough, man. Like and you leveling up. You don't feel like you don't get caught up in the microtransactions unless you want new costumes or if you want to level up faster or be able to craft faster, I should say, then you might use microtransactions. I personally haven't had a reason to do it, but like when you start off the game, the first main enemy ends up being Ultron, and the story is like a bunch of Earths collide with each other, and the reason you could share Earths with other Iron Man or Captain Americas or all these other superheroes that you'll see running around the place with you is because you guys are getting pulled out to all come together and save all the Earths, and get them back separated again. So like every time you pick another hero, you do a different storyline. So if you pick Iron Man to start with, he has his own storyline at the beginning. Every superhero, like I have they make you choose a team, and you can't switch out any of your characters till later on in the game. So you pick 5 people. So I started mine off with Captain America, Iron Man, Storm, and Spider Man. You know, oh yes, it is, Tim, for real, yo, definitely with Xbox and Stadia. You know, never want to forget Stadia. But this game is like, let's say you're playing Avengers, and it's an action adventure MMO. So like everywhere you go, there's like other people on the phone, like playing with you. Like you really feel like it's an MMO. The only time you get separated from other people is when there's a big boss battle. Whenever there's a big boss battle, it's like Elder Scrolls. If you're in a main storyline and it's a big boss battle, they'll tell you this you got to go do by yourself. Or even sometimes in Final Fantasy on 14, they're like, you got to go do this boss battle by yourself. Your friend can't come with you. So it runs the same way. The action is good. You get used to doing the touchpad control on the thing. Like I literally, first thing I do when I wake up in the morning is play this game. Like I go eat breakfast and I sit down on the couch for about 3 hours just playing this game and leveling up and stuff. And if anybody wants to join, you can always find me. I'm always going to be called the BK Brawler 537. My universe is the BK Brawler verse, like so. You can find me very easily. But this game is worth it. If you got a good looking phone, the game would tell you if your phone is too outdated to play it. They'll usually send recommendations for phones. I think you can still play it on an older phone. You're just not going to get the level of graphics that you would get on some of the newer phones, possibly. Because I got the Note Ultra 20, whatever, 5G Ultra, and it runs perfectly on. It's like I even want to get that new tablet phone, the Z phone, just because of how big I want to have a screen when I'm playing games on my phone. Because that's all I really use my phone for is games and writing notes for our podcast and books. So I just want to throw this game out there. I want everybody to know there is a good phone game out there that doesn't include cards, and it's this game, Marvel Future Revolution. Check the shit out. And of course, guys, if you got any questions, just drop that shit in the comments. I answer any questions and whatever. Oh, don't worry, that's coming up. I got that in my news. Don't worry, Tim. I ain't getting to that yet. It's coming up. So the last game I'm gonna bring up though that I've been playing right now is just what we've been playing. The Battlefield game is right now. They just showing us a preview, but then we can't play yet. But I got all the deets on that. But the last game I'm playing is Aliens Fire Team Elite. And I know this looks like a game that's probably going to be free on Xbox Live or PlayStation Plus in a few months. I believe it might be, but it is not a bad game. If you are a fan of Aliens, this is not a bad game. I'll say right now, it does have an issue with connecting with other players. If you don't, depending on the console you're on, you probably end up playing with computer, or sometimes you get these people that are just up there with their levels and grinding, and they leave you because they feel like you're gonna hold the team back. And I'm just like, dude, we're playing on normal. Like, how am I gonna hold the fucking team back? This is not hard or extreme. Like, if you're looking for a hardcore game, why am I finding you in the normal matchmaking settings? Like, go and play the fucking extreme difficulty if you're looking for someone to go extreme with you. But if you're gonna get all high and mighty with your high level character and playing only on normal mode, you can miss me with that bullshit. But back to the game. This is a good game. There's a lot to, I'll say, level up. It's kind of like the Predator game where like you level up your weapon, level up your character. You get like a gunner, a technomancer, a support character, and I'm forgetting the fourth one. But they each have their own class of guns that you can level up. I do say leveling up could be a grind sometimes because I feel like I could kill 200 aliens within a level, and I'll only get like fucking 30% of experience for the fucking gun that I use most of the time. And that gets annoying. I feel like they should fix that with a patch. But this is a good multiplayer game. I think it's better played with friends. If you play with computer, don't go anywhere past the normal setting. You'll get your ass handed to you. Um, there's a bunch of different alien classes. It's like playing Left 4 Dead with aliens. So you have like the spitter class that shoots poison out at you. You got the big mama alien that jumps out at you at random times. You got the synths from the Prometheus movie that come at you at certain times. So it's a good game. If anybody has any questions, because I don't want to go too into it, it's like playing Left 4 Dead just with aliens. Like that's it. It's Left 4 Dead with aliens. But Felice, since somebody got any questions on that, you could go into what you've been looking into. I see Craftopia was the first game that you wanted to speak of. I downloaded it, but for some reason on the PC, it doesn't give me a wide screen. Like, see how we're looking at a small screen right here? That's as big as the game is opening up on my PC. So they have some patches to do on that. So I downloaded it on my Xbox, and I think something happened last night, and I just never got to play it. So you got to tell me what you think. I looked at the trailers for it. It looks like something I could get into, but you go ahead, girl. You play that video, and let me hear what's going on for you in that game.
Well, I actually didn't play it. I meant to play the other day, and I did have issues as well. It looks beautiful. Honestly, it's right up my alley. It looks too good to be true, as some of the reviews, or not reviews, some of the people who comment on this video or on this game say. They say the same exact thing. Like, it looks like a Harvest Moon mixed with Zelda aspects. Because, like, look at the way the characters look, mixed with some Genshin Impact.
Genshin Impact, Monster Hunter.
Yeah, Monster. It looks like everything in one game. Yeah. And Pokemon. Look, that Pokemon, Pokemon or Digimon. And then you have this part, reminds me of Final Fantasy.
Yeah, they say it's
like a bunch of games in one, or even some Ark vibes because you're supposed to be surviving too. That right there, Breath of the Wild. But yeah, I had some issues because initially I was going to play it on. I was actually going to stream it and I was going to play it on my Xbox, but for some reason the game wouldn't show at all to go live because it says it's in game preview mode, kind of like how the grounded game is, which is still, for instance, in preview mode, even though the game is technically out, but like they're still patching it up.
Yeah, all you gotta do is put preview or beta or anything, and people don't say shit.
Yeah, so it's like the game wouldn't even load at first. It took like, and then I tried to play
it. A fucking rooster? I didn't even see that.
Yeah, you saw that, right? And then I tried to play it on my PC, and it was taking forever to load as well. It did load up eventually, but it just didn't show up on live stream, which reminded me of BioShock, because there's certain games where they don't allow you to stream their stuff. Like there's like a code or block in there where you just can't do it. Like it won't show up at all. But I think it's beautiful. I'm very interested in playing it. I've been playing the most random games lately. This is not one of them, but this will be one of them. But yeah, this is my type of game.
I'll probably join you with this game.
Yeah, this is Kenya, Bridge of Spirits. It just came out, I think October 27th, if I'm not mistaken. It's a game that we saw during the whole summer thing, the thing that we hosted. And it's beautiful. Everyone who watches this says that
this game came out?
It just came out. It just came out. It's only on PlayStation, I think. And maybe PC. Don't quote me on the last part, but definitely PlayStation 4 5. This game
expected to hear
so
more.
Beautiful. The people who create this game, of course, there's no way they couldn't make a game as beautiful as this, because they are known for creating this animated version of like Breath of the Wild, if I'm not mistaken. And so like this is their job. It's an animated film that they made. So it looks like this, like the graphics. So this is beautiful. It's got so many elements like Zelda in it, except there's more with the like catching the spirits and stuff like that, and like saving the forest and stuff like that. I'm excited about this. I have not purchased it yet. It is in my wish list. I'm probably gonna purchase it like probably tonight because I got my PlayStation 5 with me after like weeks of not being home without my PlayStation. But the actual gameplay looks like this part. It's beautiful. Like you can't
Yeah, I
deny it.
want to play this game. I didn't know it was out.
It just came out. It just came out. I want to say 27th, but at the same time, I could have sworn it said the 2nd of September. But it's definitely out though because I saw it in the PlayStation Store.
All right.
So yeah, that's this one.
Yeah,
It's cute. It's so cute. It's so cute. The next one see PlayStation 5. It says console exclusive. I could sort of say PS4 as well, but maybe it's just PS5.
Man, I'm definitely gonna go search for that.
Yeah, this I took it from the Gamescom because I know we didn't really go over Gamescom that much at all, but something I'm excited about because it took me to go back to play Dying Light, the following, which is just basically say Dying Light 1 with the DLC. And they changed a lot of stuff apparently for this. It's not out yet. It's not coming out, I think, until, don't quote me on this, I want to say December 7th. But
Kenya isn't out yet either. The 21st.
It says out. Stop playing with me.
It says the 21st of this month.
They pushed it back. Okay, I could have sworn it was out the 27th.
Yeah, that was probably the first date they had for it.
Damn it. They're killing my heart. Okay, so they changed a lot of things with Dying Light, which I think is pretty interesting. Well, not changed.
I can't wait. This is going to be a Game of the Year contender for next year because it comes out after the Game Awards.
It does. It definitely does. This game is beautiful. What they added to this, of course, is more choice. Like your actions, depending on how you approach a situation, changes like your overall story. So it makes it more unique. I think it's pretty cool. And also, it's more involved, I want to say. They changed the way that the parkour works as well in the game. So it's not going to be as easy as like, not just going to be hard, but it's not going to be as easy as it was the first game. Because remember the first game, you could just run and press and hold the was it L1 or
LT down. I want to rebuy part 1 actually. Like I want to.
I think it was free recently, DLC. But it's probably not free now because they know the next one's coming out. I think it's not. It got put. Didn't this get put back to?
This game is still selling at full price because of how big
$40.
Yeah, still selling good.
But it's definitely a beautiful game. It feels more not original, but I want to say it feels like a different take on it because you're not playing necessarily with the same people, from what I saw, and it's beautiful. I mean,
it comes out the same week as Halo.
I want to say F for Halo, but I can't say that out loud.
Oh man, like at least we don't have to pay for Halo, so we can use our money on this.
Just because it's free don't mean it's gonna be good.
No, well,
I'd be more appreciative. I mean, speak to me after it comes out because that Halo 5, it didn't hit right.
We have to do a stream on Halo 5, man. We got to do that.
No, not Halo 5. I'm not doing it.
Infinite.
Okay, I'm not doing that ever again in my life. No. Halo 5.
Nah. Fuck Halo 5.
But yeah, so I'm really excited about this game. Dying Light 2 Staying Human. That's your pre-order bonuses right there. You're into that sort of thing. My next one I have here is that's a commercial. That's not a game.
I see Horizon.
Yes, Horizon. Oh, okay. So
the just game, a short thing about it. Sony game that got delayed.
Yes, pissed off also because they were promised. They're like, liar, liar, pants on fire. They're promised if you get it for PS4 that there would be some sort of upgrade happening for the PS5, which is not happening. Mm-hmm. So there are people who are infuriated about this because there's still people who cannot get their hands on PS5, as you well know. There's obviously the most also rumored / not really rumored, kind of confirmed, slightly lighter weighted PS5 that should be coming out, which they're thinking about.
Hey, you don't need a screw to put on the stand.
Yeah. So they're gonna be like apparently possibly flooding the market with that, and versus like trying to do the other thing. And there's even talks of possible bundles. They bundle things to save face.
So by the time Thanksgiving, we're gonna see the bundles.
Yeah.
But before I want to cut you off a little bit because I got a little rant to go on where it comes to like shit I've been seeing
Just
online.
don't talk shit
Uh,
about her though, because she's
No, I'm
bad.
not talking about her. I'm talking
Okay,
about
because she bad.
PlayStation as a whole
All
and
right.
what they're doing right now. So when Ghost of Tsushima content came out at $30, I remember people complaining, but the people was talking about, oh man, if this was Xbox, they would have gave us for free. But then the Sony fan, or as they would call now, the Sony zealots, came out and said
Wait,
that
zealots?
yeah, zealots, zealots, whatever you
I
want to
was so
call them,
confused what you're saying. Go
you
ahead.
know, and they came out and they're like, oh, I want to support the developer, so I don't mind paying the $30. Now that we get a fucking game that they're ready to make y'all pay full price, because y'all like, I want to support the developer. I want to support the developer. Now
I
Horizon coming out and you can support the developer by buying it again full price. When it comes to PS5 and shit, you can support the developer, but now it's too much. It's too
it's too
much
much
now.
money. It's too much.
No,
It's too rich for my blood.
no, but don't use that excuse to talk to Xbox people. But then when it comes down to something like this, now that excuse don't matter because it's more than what you're willing to pay. But when you're willing to pay something, you don't got the excuse. But when you're not willing to pay something, you want to go and argue. But
Look,
my thing is, why not show Sony you guys aren't going to pay for it and don't buy it and watch them give you the free upgrade, but you're still going to buy it anyway.
but you're
So
talking about
don't go
yourself
and
though.
defend them. Huh?
You're talking about yourself though.
No, I'm not. Of course, I'm talking. No, I'm not buying. No, I'm not. I'm talking about when it comes to the Horizon Zero Dawn game. I'm not rebuying that game. I finished that game. I don't care about getting a graphical enhancement. I don't care
I
about none
ain't
of that
finished
shit.
yet. But
You
no,
know,
yeah, yeah. I'm
but
also talking about the new
yeah, but I
one.
just talk about that because people are still talking about, oh, I was looking forward to playing that. How long did it? The game was free on PlayStation Now. They didn't
It's
get. I
still
think.
free, isn't it?
No, it's not on PlayStation Now
No,
anymore.
it's part of the. Isn't it part of
I
the
think it was part of what
PS5
that the
games?
PlayStation Greatest Hits bundle or whatever the fuck. I don't know if they
Yeah,
took it off of there,
they
but I
better
don't
not.
check
They
for
better
it.
not take it off. I'm gonna be pissed.
But people just talk about not getting the free upgrade for that game. They thought that they were going to get. Well, Sony said they were going to get the free upgrade to that game too. But if you want to play Horizon Zero Dawn, the first game, you gotta pay full price, and there's a collector's edition for that old ass game.
Of course,
Like
there is.
you gotta pay full price for it, and don't tell me I want to hear it's all about the you know the creators. Like I don't want to hear you switching up your argument now. Like so, if anybody want to throw that shit at me, you can miss me with that bullshit too. Okay, so
Okay.
either stay on one point or don't make a point at all. These internet warriors who can't make up their fucking mind on shit. But yes, go along. I just had to get that off my chest.
That's okay. All right. So, this is a commercial. So I'm going to commercial for now. But this I'm also looking forward to this game for Christ's sake. Even though this is a commercial, I heard a lot of random stuff happening with
Yeah, a
this.
lot of people are doing gameplay reviews about it this week.
Yeah, October 7th. That's close. This game because I skimmed through Gamescom because I didn't watch. Excuse me, I didn't watch it live. Wasn't here. Let me get off of this thing. This game looks crazy.
Hold on, what game is this? This is not looking familiar to me for once.
It reminds me of Dark Crystal.
This has to be one of those games that was shown not on opening night live. 'Cause I didn't
It
watch
was
a
the
lot of
third night. It
Gamescom.
was the third night.
Okay, yeah, I didn't watch a lot of Gamescom content
Yeah,
after
I skimmed
opening
through
night
that shit.
live.
You know me. I was like, I was listening, but I was like, let me skim through it to see some of the graphics.
And we apologize that we didn't get to do a live stream for you guys. We all were very busy last
Yeah,
week, so we
very.
didn't get to do that.
But this is like it reminds me of Dark Crystal, that old movie slash new TV show, which is really still based off of the old movie, obviously. Um, you're just literally it's a
This
VR
is
game.
VR.
Yes, it's a VR game, and you're just like trying to save the forest, and it's just beautiful. Like there's these monsters in it. There's these huge ass bugs. And it's just so magical. It's beautiful.
Yeah, VR. I have to give it up to VR where it's going nowadays. Like
Yeah,
I'm playing this
that looks like
game in
Final
VR.
Fantasy right there.
Yeah, I'm playing this game in VR where you like have to run a town
Yeah.
and like with other people, like you literally have to pick a job and you have to do your job. So like say I'm the woodcutter, like people have to come to me. They rely on me to cut the wood for the day and fucking sell the wood to them and shit like that. And there's dungeons and
You talking
all
about
that
Job
stuff.
Simulator?
No. This is in VR. This is like a MMO game that I'm playing right now and on my Oculus Quest. I was going to talk about it next week. I didn't want to get too far into, it, but seeing that you brought up a VR game, like, but VR is getting to the point where it's
You're
just getting
trying.
so fucking immersive. Like I fell off of a cliff and I literally felt like I was falling. I fell to my knees in the house. Like, and I felt like I was fucking falling in this game. Like I got so fucking immersed that I felt like I was falling in real life. Like that's
Mm.
how fucking crazy VR is getting right now, you know? But continue. I digress.
It's okay. I just think it's a beautiful game.
It
Next thing I
actually
was
says burn the forest.
what?
The
Anyway,
forest is kind of already burning, you know?
it is. But the next one I saw was I could not talk about. Okay,
Saints Row.
another commercial. Okay, we're gonna skip this ad. Yes, I could not talk about not talk about Saints Row. Um, this is beautiful. I mean, granted, every single Saints Row trailer, except in my opinion, the one with Johnny Goes to Hell, or is just aliens in it. Every single Saints Row had a beautiful cinematic trailer. Don't get me wrong, but this gets me excited because okay, it doesn't have as much shenanigans in the trailer. You know, Saints Row initially when it
It
first
got
came out
yes, was
used to
serious.
be it used
It
to be
was
linear to get to Grand Theft Auto. And then it
yeah,
was like, all right, we're
and I
not going to
liked it
dominate.
that way.
I did
Saints
too,
Row 1 and 2
so that
was
someone
to
else
me
could like,
better.
so another company could like uproot Grand Theft Auto. I mean, okay, I think that games are better when there's competition because it makes them like want to create more or be like let's be different versus doing the same narrative over and over again and
Which
we
is why
just
I'm
pay.
glad this is a reboot. I'm like, thank you, you're rebooting this shit, and please just don't be as ridiculous as it was
I don't
before.
see that it's not. It doesn't seem ridiculous at all so far because in every single trailer that has happened, there's been like ridiculousness in the stuff. But granted, this is technically a reboot, but it's not a reboot. This is a brand new game.
Yeah,
So and it's beautiful. Okay, this is just like I said, cinematic trailer, but yeah, the most comments that I saw about this game was that, oh, why are there children and stuff like that? And they're like, well, keep in mind when Saints Row first came out, we were younger, and so we didn't think of them as children at the given time. But like, I mean, they're like young adults. You know what I mean?
yeah.
It's just like every game.
I have high
Realistically.
hopes for it, but I'm keeping my expectations low because
I
I
just
want
want
a
to rob
serious.
people.
I want something serious. I don't want to go to hell. I don't want to fly.
I don't want to go
I
to outer
don't do any of that
space.
shit.
I
Yeah,
don't
I'm
have to.
not.
And there's new characters, and you're not in the same
Yeah,
era.
I do
Area.
feel
It's
in
a
one way
different
or
map.
another they will find a way to bring Johnny Gat back. I
Well,
feel
yeah, he's
like
probably
they
gonna be a
will.
DLC. He's probably gonna
That
be
was
a
the
DLC.
main guy, but God knows that I was mad when Johnny Gat died in part two, you know, and then when part three
Oh
came
wow!
out and they came up
Spoiler!
with this shit, you
Spoiler!
know, nobody here knows about part two. Like most of these people never played Saints Row 2 because they don't know what Saints Row was like when it was a
I played
serious
Saints Row.
game.
Saints Row was great. I remember the
You
music.
know,
I was like, they gave me that whole Cali vibe. They had
yeah, I
like
remember the first leader, the
the low
bald headed
riders.
black guy. What was his name? He looked like Morbius. Yeah, the
Yeah,
bald headed black guy was
it just
our
made me think of
leader.
like listening to Snoop Dogg playing Saints Row.
Yo, Tim,
Literally,
are you still here? I know you had to play the first Saints Row. If I know anybody in the chat played the first Saints Row, it would be
Saints
Tim.
Row was our childhood because I was like, I remember Grand Theft Auto made a jump. Before they made a jump to be like three. Was it three? I'm saying it wrong.
Three was
Vice
out before
City,
Saints Row.
huh?
Uh, no, yeah, Saints Row came out around I think like a little after Vice City, a little after.
Yeah. So what I'm saying is that before they made it jump to be that 3D world when they were remember when they were just the first the flat on the background and like you had to like write up the screen. It was
Oh,
like
what with Grand Theft Auto?
yeah
Yeah, Grand Theft Auto 1 and 2.
Yeah, that was it. That was the shit.
And Tokyo Wars on the DS.
Oh, Dead Space. What is this? I didn't even see that Dead Space developer live stream.
Oh
They're
yeah,
doing
they
a
were
live stream
showing you like
on the
the new
31st. Oh,
graphics
that
and
happened
stuff like
already.
that.
Never mind.
Yeah, yeah, it happened already.
Uh, what do I have next? That's another commercial. I think I have like probably one more thing, if not. But pretty much all of these things are like things that I'm excited about, things that I'm about to start playing. I know I kind of went long because I had more videos. I'm sorry about that. But oh no, I think this is the last one. This is the last one. Okay, I was supposed to say Gamecom. This is
Is this an
beautiful.
indie game?
You know I love my indie games. Don't even ask.
The
I'll play all of them. I'm still waiting for the other cat game. Other
past
four cat games.
Calidra? Is it Calidra or Calidra?
It's a Kalidra.
And
Path of
what's this
Kalidra.
about?
It's just beautiful. It's just take it in. Just look at
How
it.
many animals are involved with this game?
Um, there's some animals, but it's not. It's more about this kid and just this. There's only like I think it's like 12 different monsters in the game, and they have different variations so that each attack is unique. So you have ability like this. Obviously, it's green. Green's usually like Earth abilities, for instance. So you like are supposed to like use different elements to fight the different um monsters in the
So he's
game.
Ben 10.
Don't call him Ben 10. He's cooler. He's way cooler. His backpack talks, except doesn't. But yeah, so literally, I think it's cute because when I first heard it say only 12 or 15, probably it was 15 different types of monsters, I was like, oh, there's not enough monsters for a full game. But then they said that there'll be different variations of the same monster. Like, say if you got the big monster, right, and then you beat it up, its life level goes down, and then when it dies, it spawns two smaller versions of the same monster.
So do we get skills? Do we get is this
Well, your
RPG
skill,
like?
it's kind of like action adventure RPG elements because technically with this, you have to master the different elements and you have to use the elements wisely depending on what monster you're fighting. Because, like, for instance, like if it's fire and it's earth, like obviously fire is probably gonna be stronger than earth, right? Because fire burns earth, right?
Yeah.
So, like, I thought it was pretty interesting. I mean, I think it's cute. It's not as you call it Ben 10. It kind of like hurts my heart a little bit because now all I can see is Ben 10. But when I saw it, he was fighting this is the extra trailer, but when I saw it for the Gamescom one, he was fighting a fire element, and it just reminded me of the feels of playing one of the old school Final Fantasies where they had the flan, the fire flan, and they would use like fire or fire aga on you or fire or whatever. It just reminded me of that. So I don't know. It just gave me good feels, like nostalgia. And I mean, granted, it's mostly like just battles in this like area. Well, from what I saw, they didn't show past this, obviously. But I don't know. It just gave me good feels, and I would probably play it. I don't know. I like magic. I'm sorry. It's not that hard. It's not that hard. It's like he's fighting a crab right now, and that's inside of a rock. It's like fucking it up. But yeah, I think that was my last one. I think most of it is just literally like showing you like the fight sequence and how this is like a gameplay trailer versus just a what do you call it? Just the cinematics, like some of the other videos that I showed you.
Oh, good. Oh, good. So we
Yeah.
get that out the way, and it's back to us. So now, guys,
It's summer.
time.
You can play the demo now also on Steam.
Oh, okay. I'll look that up. So now, before we get into the game news and all the ish in between, I wanted to bring up we have a Gamerish Network Fantasy Football League. We're about to start. Probably doing the draft on Sunday. So, like 2 days from now, we need. Right now, I set it up for 10 people. If we get more of you, you guys could join. If you're on our Gamerish Network Facebook page, you can see it in our announcements. Or just hit me up on the messenger. You'll see me as one of the admins and I can send you an invite to be part of it. We just need like 3 more people right now. If anybody wants to join that's listening to this, please join. Football season about to start. Don't worry, no
I
money
didn't like
is
the trailer, but the
involved.
gameplay sold it for me.
You know, so no money is involved. Just want to throw that out there that we do have a fantasy football league for the Gamers Network crew. and on our Facebook page. And if you're not following us on Facebook, please do. Gamerish Network. We have a Facebook page and a Facebook group. The group is where you get most of the content. The page is mostly our streams and stuff. So look us up in there. All right. So just want to get that out the way. So let's get into this news. First, I want to come up with from last week. I don't know if it's still there. I want to get your thoughts on it. I think between the three of us, you'll be the most one attuned to have some type of opinion on this. But Fortnite and Time Magazine teamed up to have a Martin Luther King
Oh yeah,
memorial
pass.
inside the game. And I didn't really know how to feel about that because I'm like, I went and saw it. It looked good. They had stuff in there. You could go into this museum and read up on things. But you also got all these racist pricks who are out there like just emoting in front of all the stuff, like doing whatever disrespectful emote they could do in front of it. And, and people talking shit. Like, if you keep the microphone on, you can hear people talking shit. And it'll just like, yeah. I was like, I don't know if Fortnite was the right place to do this. I understand they wanted to be. I understand it's a nice gesture, but know your audience. Fortnite is full of fucking kids. Like there are adults in there, but the adults play the game to play the game. We already know this history. The kids that are being raised by bullshit parents, are gonna go in there and they're like, "What the fuck is this? Are you guys like throwing this into my game?" But I felt it was a good and bad thing. I saw how people reacted to it in the game, making crazy emotes in front of his "I have a dream" speech and all that stuff, and trying to get people to get mad. But what do you think? I know you didn't play it, but you have any?
I know about it. I didn't play it. Honestly, how do I even approach this? Okay, so you need to realize from a business standpoint that, or not you specifically, but people, from a business standpoint, it had nothing to do with Martin Luther King. Granted, it was great that they chose to have Martin Luther King as the first thing they did, but it was like, from the way I took it, it was basically like, okay, we're gonna start doing things like this anyway. So let's just pick something and let's make this be the start of us continue doing this. And now you can honestly say, oh well, that can't be because they've done the Ariana Grande concert, they've done whoever else concert. I can
Yeah, till now all they've done
but it's
is
not the
concerts.
same. Concerts
Yeah.
are very different from
Mhm.
live streaming a virtual experience.
Yeah.
So they already have plans in place to do more stuff, but they chose, of all things, this. And it's crazy because some people argue that why would you put this in a video game that's about shooting people?
Mhm.
And it's like, because he got assassinated.
And this shows us just how far Fortnite's reach has gotten. Like like and one thing I wanted to read up on, I tried Googling it, but I couldn't figure out did time approach them or did they approach time? Because if time approached them in thinking this was a way that they could educate the youth, which in some people, I'm pretty sure that I saw people reading things there. So they probably did educate. For every 100 assholes, there are probably about 5 or 10 people that actually sat there and read up on this stuff.
Well, I
You
mean,
know,
this is not the first time they did something similar to this either. They last year they streamed a Black Lives Matter panel discussion in the game.
yeah,
So I mean, there is education that is happening. I mean, they have they have a lot of people in their company. It's obviously we're in a state where we're in a place where in time representation matters more so than it used to, at least. So Epic has a very varied group of employees, or hundreds of thousands of employees. So for them to be behind the curve would be a no-no. So they are
do you
potentially.
think this was more of a cash grab from Time Magazine, or do you think
I
this
don't
was
think it's
more
about
of
time.
a
It's not about Time Magazine.
you know,
I think that you're focusing on the wrong
no,
thing.
no, I'm not talking about it's not about time. I said, do you think they cared about taking the money from Time Magazine and
Oh,
doing this?
well,
You
yeah, of course,
know,
it's still money. I mean,
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. I don't care about time. I just care, like, do you think there's more, like, do you think they cared about educating the youth, or do you care that they cared about how much money they were going to get from doing this?
I think that that's hard to answer because it's hard for me to even understand. Like
I guess, yeah, I guess we will
obviously
have to see who works
Fortnite is
there.
Fortnite is definitely, as we know, a cash grab cash grab company, but at the same time their game is still free. The only thing that's not free is the extras, correct?
Mm.
So can you really say that they're simply cash grabbing? I mean, maybe they're doing both. Maybe they're just
Yeah,
being,
could be a both.
yeah, because like even they went to even to disable the dances in the game because there were people either was it throwing tomatoes at the screen? I think it says throwing tomatoes at the screen, and
Yeah.
it was like dances that were like disrespectful while it was happening. You know, beyond the other racist stuff that was happening. And honestly, you know what? When I first heard about this, I was like, "What the fuck are they doing?" But good for them. I mean, whether or not they had good
They
intentions or
did.
not, it still happened. It's still happening, right? It didn't end yet, right? It doesn't see it ended yet. I don't see it. I don't see an
Yeah, I
end
don't
date
know.
on
I
it.
didn't get to play Fortnite this week. My son
Uh,
isn't home, so we haven't played any games together this week. And Fortnite is the main game that we play
yeah,
together.
but
So
yeah, people were, was it? Everything's fine. Dumpster fire spray. Was it a lack experience apparently being thrown in the, yeah. Anyway, yeah. So I'm just saying, good for them. I mean, I thought that it's a weird space to put it, to be honest. But at the same time, it's like, you know how like the concept where they say, like, you know, when people show up and they hate something that you do, but they show up.
mhm.
There's still people showing up, whether or not they don't like it or not. They're still showing up and they're still seeing it. So whether, I don't know if we're gonna call it indoctrination of the good time, because obviously it's a good message, but people are still seeing it. They're showing up to hate on it. They're still seeing it. So
What's good, crazy? Oh,
uh,
good.
but yeah, it was definitely weird and uncomfortable,
Mhm. I
but
feel you. I
worth
feel you.
it.
All right.
Maybe worth it. We'll see
Well,
if they have
yeah, we'll see what they do next. Let's see how much they get into stuff like this, you know. But it was education. I did learn some stuff in there that I didn't know, you know. So that was fine. I guess I lost Felice for a little bit. Um, they aren't gonna play no damn 2K, Kim. What are you talking about? It's like, we already get basketball characters inside of Fortnite. Like, don't you have the LeBron James character? Like, I definitely got the LeBron James character. So we lost Felice for a little bit. Uh, Shots fired. What do you mean crazy? What shots were fired, man? But I got LeBron James emo character already in Fortnite and stuff. Um, I'm waiting for Felice to get back in here. Okay, she's restarting so she can get back up in here. You know, but yeah. So if you guys like, what? Yeah, she did. You know, what would, if you guys had to think of any educational thing Fortnite could add to its game? Like, what do you guys think they should add? You know, like, I can't think of anything. So if you guys have any ideas, like, cause I don't know, Fortnite is there, but I never think of it as some way of educating me on things. So like, if you guys had any ideas of what you would add to Fortnite that could educate people, hey, drop it in the
sex
damn.
education, but that's
You
like
know?
probably too racy.
Oh God, yeah, for all those horny little kids up in there,
No,
they'll
no,
love.
no,
I bet you
not
they'd read
about
it. I think that'd be
application,
the most
about
popular thing.
proper safe
I bet
stuff.
you if they showed the video of a woman giving birth that we had to watch in high school in there, I bet a bunch of kids will be in there watching that fucking video. You know,
I
like,
don't mean like that. I mean like,
nope.
you
I'm just
know,
saying.
I think
I'm
that's I
just.
think anything that's important, like the proper way to use a mask, the proper way to wash your hands.
Oh yeah, they could make museums for that. Yeah, museums of
Teach the kids.
cleanliness.
Actually, Wolfie, to make kids stop being toxic, you need to tell their old ass parents to stop being toxic, stop being assholes, and then the kids can stop being assholes. Stop treating the kids like assholes, even if they
Yeah.
are assholes. This is like a
Oh,
cycle.
yes, we need to end the cycle, and the cycle ends with us as parents. When you become a parent, and me, I'm one of those parents
And
where I
your
teach,
own
yeah,
parents
our
that are
own
shit to their
parents too.
kids.
They do shit like that, you know. But yeah, I don't play Fortnite like that, but I do play Fortnite like that, but I don't play Fortnite like that. I only play Fortnite because my son spends many
All your
hours
money.
on it, and I like being that dad that spends time with his kids in the way that they like. So get this. My son is into video games. My twins are into video games. My son isn't into adventure board games like Dungeons and Dragons, but my twins are. So I play Dungeons and Dragons with my 6 year olds. Like I play those games with them. And my son is just straight up video games. Like I bought this new adventure game called The Adventure Kids that keeps selling out on Amazon because it's for ages 5 and up to play and learn how to play Dungeons and Dragons type games and stuff like that. Costs like $39.99, so $43 after tax, and finally got the game. And like my kids are learning about dungeon hunting at an early age, and it's making me so fucking proud. Like I love this shit. Like how they're fucking like they know how to save their money for coins to buy shit. They know how to fucking level up their characters and all this stuff. Like yo, they yo, crazy, you funny. Stupid. But yo, I got my kids getting into like the whole board game phase. My twins, at least. My son would play for a little bit, but after a little bit, he's like, "All right, Dad, time for me to go back to my console." But my twins, I'm getting them in early, so when they get older and they have people talking shit about it at school, they're like, "Nah, my dad raised us on that shit." Like it's gonna be there. Like shit, I couldn't tell people. Like the most I could tell people my dad did with me was attempt to play WrestleMania on Super Nintendo when I was like 8 years old. He attempted to, and I was just like, Dad, you're so bad. Don't worry about this anymore. You don't got to play games with me anymore. It's okay. It's okay. But thank you, Kim. Thank you. But next thing I was going to talk about what Tim Leo brought up was the Battlefield game that was put on the Google Play Market. It's not on Apple, so you won't find it there. But on Google on Play, you can find it there. Not to download yet. They put the preview so you can see. It's a Battlefield game. You'll get 4 classes: the Assault class, Support class, Medic, and Recon class will all be supported in this game. It will be free to play, but they said there will be a battle pass, which I don't mind if the game plays that well. And since Marvel Revolution showed me that there can be good games on the phone that aren't card games, I'm gonna try this game out. If that game plays well, I hope I can do controller support because I could plug in my Xbox or Stadia controller and hopefully play it. If I could do that, I'll be more in tune with this game, and I'll definitely pay for the battle pass. But what do you think? You think that's something you might jump into?
I don't know.
How you
I,
feel about phone games?
I have my iPad games. I have a Apple Arcade. So I do have my own games, but they're like mostly RPGs. I wouldn't play like a Marvel game on my iPad. It just defeats the point of my iPad. I don't want to murder my iPad and break it out of frustration. So,
The
but
game is
I would
easy.
only play fantasy games. Well, in the sense of like RPGs, I won't play like card games or anything like that on any of my devices. Maybe on like the console. Speaking of which, made me think of um, what is it called? Gwent.
Yeah. Well, Grant is no longer on
I
console,
know. I found
so
out the hard way the other day.
yeah, I spent so
Much
much
money in
money
that
on
game,
that
and
game,
it's
and now
gone.
I play on PC, and I'm spending too much money on it right now. But like, I'm getting up there in the ranks. I should start streaming it. My matches on Gwent. I should start streaming that shit.
Yeah.
But yeah, so Gwent and Hearthstone or Hearthstone is like the two card games that
Because
I
it hurts
play.
so.
Well, some people call it Hearthstone, some
Because it
people
hurts your
say
pockets.
Hearthstone. Oh, that's the number one card game that hurts my pockets. I'm spending like 1 year when that game first came out with all this fucking expansions, like every 3 months, I spent at least $300 1 year on that game alone. $300 because I was so obsessed with buying cards and making sure no one could be ahead of me and building my decks and ranking up and all the time. Now they got battle passes and shit, and they made it like a little cheaper, but they also made it in which if you want to get good right away, we'll let you spend $10 on every deck that we have available. Instead
Mm,
of like people having to put their decks together, they can be like, oh, you read about this deck on the internet? Here, pay $10, $15 for all the cards for that deck right now. And
nope.
you could do that deck. But it's crazy. So I still play here and there, but because I got the battle pass, battle passes get me. Like I spend money on battle passes. You barely see me on Call of Duty, but I paid for season 5 battle pass. You barely see me on my Hearthstone anymore, but I paid for the battle pass. Gwent, I paid for the battle pass. Destiny, well, I'm always on fucking Destiny. Wolfie,
Good
good
night,
night,
Wolfie.
man. Thanks for joining us. Thanks for joining us. But yeah, so I'm in there for that. But to add to the Battlefield news, they also said they're going to have these war hero characters from other games that we've played in the Battlefield series, and they're going to have their own unique narratives and assignments for you to play through. So that'll be something different to that. Um, yeah, so other than that, moving on. Source close to Eurogamer website confirmed that I posted today that Game Boy and Game Boy Advance games are coming to the Switch, which I feel is going to be great when that finally happens to get those games. All I really care about is Golden Sun. I want my Golden Sun RPG game.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah,
I
yeah.
loved Golden
But
Sun.
nothing else.
I can't think of anything else. Honestly, I can't think of anything else but Golden Sun. Hold on, wait. Hold on, wait. Was WarioWare a Game Boy Advance
Nothing
game?
else on the Wii.
Yeah, yeah. Well, the new WarioWare is coming out this Friday. I mean, well, yeah, Friday coming up. Next Friday coming up. The new WarioWare. But yeah, Game Boy and Game Boy. I know there's more than just Golden Sun, but all I care about is the RPGs that were on those handhelds that I never finished. And so, did you have anything in mind that you might want to see when that batch of games starts coming?
Nope. I don't even want to see it because that means more money that I have to spend. I'm
No,
good.
this is free. This is through the how they had the Super Nintendo and the Nintendo thing. They were gonna make a Game Boy Advance and Game Boy thing to get the free games every month. This is
I
actually
have not touched my Switch in like
I'm trust me, a bunch of people haven't touched this. My Switch is sitting
I
here.
keep buying stuff and I'll play it
Yep,
like that
that
second
be
and
me
then I'll,
too.
I'll put it down. Did I see the fucking Game Pass releases the same damn game for free and I just like get so upset?
That's why I only get Switch exclusives. I'm just like,
I
if
thought it
it's
was
not exclusive
exclusive.
to you, and then I don't get it on Switch. But yeah, like anybody watching right now, if you got any games that you would like to see from Game Boy or Game Boy Advance days
I
come to the
can't think of
Switch,
anything other
drop
than
it down there. Let me
oh,
see
you
if
know
I
what I would
played it.
like to play? But it's not exclusive anymore because they re-released it mad times. I still have not beaten Final Fantasy Advanced Tactics.
Oh, yeah, me either. And I
No,
love
because
tactic
like
games.
because when they re when okay Game Boy Advance, I told you I was about. I already mentioned it earlier. I got it in the collectible edition, and it was like a whole thing, a special edition Game Boy Advance SP. But when they re-released it, they re-released it on the Nintendo DS Lite. But then the game wasn't exactly the same. They changed some of the story, which I didn't like. Pokemon games, I
Kip,
feel
we
you on
already
that.
getting all those. We getting all those remade on Switch right now. We already had the red and blue version. I know, well, yellow version remade for us, and green and what was it? The green and Pokemon Green and Red and Blue, all that's been remade. We're about to get two more remakes in the next. I think it's later this month. We're gonna get the Diamond Pearl or whatever the fuck. Those damn. So don't worry about the Pokemon games, Kim. We're gonna get all those shits remade on the Switch for us. So I'm looking for Arceus. Like I'm waiting on that shit. Like see how good they can make that open world game. You know. But yes, and in other news though, just to throw it out there, this is nothing I really had to talk about much. The Avatar: Last Airbender movies will be CGI, so we're not getting live action. Oh yeah, there's a bunch of Metroid games too. Yeah, but I've never been big into Metroid. The Metroid Dread that's coming out, I think it came out today. Maybe I could be wrong. It might be next week Friday. but I think it came out today. I'm gonna buy it just because I have nothing to play on my Switch. But I get you. The old Metroid games, that's for y'all. Metroid never really attracted me. Hot take: Metroid has never been a fun game to me. Never. No, at least the side-scrolling ones. Metroid Prime on the GameCube, I like that. But side-scrolling Metroid has yet to capture me as something fun to play. You know. But the last Airbender TV show is going to be all CGI. You think that's going to fuck it up, or were you expecting a regular live action?
Honestly, I don't know. I mean, I was
Everyone's
watching
saying
some
just
video.
don't
I
let
was
M Night
watching.
Shyamalan touch it again.
Oh man, M
I
Night
love M Night
Shyamalan.
Shyamalan, by the way. You
But
know,
okay, look, I love M Night Shyamalan, but like some of the movies, you be like, it's so good, and then you get to the end, you're just like, the fuck?
no, that was the Village. The Village fucked up with
Yes,
that
yes.
ending.
But
The
also,
Village fucked up.
the one with the woman in the water.
The Lady in the Water. That's my favorite M Night Shyamalan
Anybody
movie. Half
ask
the
you?
time.
Listen,
Yo,
listen,
that's my
listen.
favorite. I
It's
love Lady.
beautiful.
The
Ever since
soundtrack
then,
is
that
the
actress
best.
that plays that played that character, I still think she's a mermaid. I think she's magical and she's a mermaid in my head. But
I love
but
Lady
yeah,
in the
like
Water.
mm, I don't
I
know.
haven't been able to
Am I Shyamalan?
find where
What
the
about the one with
story.
the trees? What about the one with the trees?
That was The
The trees were
Happening.
killing
The
everybody.
Happening.
Okay, that's three now.
Yeah, The Happening
Do,
was a
do
fucked up
you want me to Google
ending.
some more
I
shit
liked it,
stuff?
but it was just a fucked up ending. I was just like, yo, that's fucked up. Like the way that shit finished, I was like, damn, son, like, how do you live with yourself after you did all that? So it's, yeah, like, he does a lot of weird shit. That's why I like him, because he's weird.
I
And
like he's unique. I like that
but
factor.
he only fucked me over with the Avatar movie. The
I remember the
Avatar
Avatar
movie was
movie.
the shit.
I don't think I
You,
saw that.
you didn't see it where he just made it a whole Indian cast,
I think I
and
blocked that out.
yeah, it was the shittiest movie, one of the
Fight me. There
shittiest
I said it.
movies he
Avatar sucked
made.
ass. Fight me.
Nah, ain't nothing to fight you about that. That's a universal thought that he fucked up
I
the
think that's up
Avatar
there with
movie.
a couple other movies I just never saw because I was just like, why is this happening? Like Scarlett Johansson playing some Asian woman, or
Yeah, it's
Scarlett
just like when they made the
Johansson playing
Dragon
a
Ball
trans
Z
person.
movie and made Goku a white boy.
I didn't watch
Like,
that either.
yeah, like
Oh,
that's
I
what
saw the
he did.
commercial. The dude that's yes, no.
That's what he did with Avatar. He turned all of those characters into Indians, and he
Why did he
just
do
like,
that though? Does he think that it was appropriate for the area?
I don't know. I never went. I didn't want to hear his reason. I just wanted to
I mean,
slap
because
him.
I don't know. Maybe that was his interpretation of it.
Yeah, his interpretation. He should have realized that the fans don't want his interpretation. We want what we saw on Nickelodeon. Like we didn't want no damn interpretation of shit.
Avatar.
If a
I
lot of
mean, I don't even know what
directors,
their cultural backgrounds were in Avatar.
you know, like what I'm thinking though is just like he was the one director that was given the freedom. They said, go ahead and do it your way. And a lot of directors don't get that freedom. If a lot of directors got that freedom, God knows how many shitty video game movies would have been successes right now if they got to do it their way. You know,
Facts.
and this guy gets to do it his way, and he doesn't want to follow the structure of the show. He wants to do his own thing. He wants to make his own story, and he just wants to change the race of all the characters. And it's just and of course now that's fine. Like changing race as long as you don't fuck up the story, that's fine.
Yeah.
But back then we wasn't tolerating that shit. Like right now, I guess this is going to the Resident Evil news where there's people coming at like we got a Spanish actor playing Leon, and people are like
He's
Leon isn't
gorgeous.
Spanish, but I don't mind that he's Spanish. I just wish you gave him blonde hair, like his or at least his dark brown hair. Give him the blonde hair or the dark
Like a
brown hair.
sandy blonde or something.
Yeah, like instead of just giving him black hair, I'm like, that's where they lost me. I'm like, Leon does not have black hair. I will never picture Leon with black hair. Can you guys please dye that shit? Or do something with the wig, but as the
Yeah.
actor, I don't mind it being a Spanish actor because they said the director said himself he didn't think Leon was going to be a Spanish actor, but that guy was the only one who knew Leon. Like he came in there, he
He
played
came
the
in, he
game.
did the damn thing.
Yeah, he knew who Leon was, and he played him to perfection. So that's why he was chosen. So I'm hoping people could overlook the looks, like I'm gonna do. Like I'm telling myself, Leo, if he knows how to play Leon and he could do all the shit Leon did, and he plays a good Leon with Claire, then fuck it, man. He could be my
I
Leon. Just
can't
don't
crazy.
fuck
You
up
see
the
what crazy
story.
said?
Vietnamese flashbacks together. Yeah, I saw that. But I think it should be good. I'm hoping he's going to incorporate Resident Evil 1 and 2 into one movie. I don't know how you're going to do that without it with it, because I'm sure it's going to be less than 3 hours. So I don't know how you're going to incorporate two different games into one movie. Why not just focus on one movie, see how that
He wants to
does?
get past it already. That's the only thing I think
Like,
of.
because why not
Because
just do Code Veronica? Like, because no one focuses on Code Veronica. A
that
lot
game
of
was
people,
great. For
yeah, and
Dreamcast, that
no
game was
one, yeah,
perfect.
no one focuses on Code Veronica. They just oversee that game and go straight to Chris and Claire and what's his name, Leon and Ada Wong and all of them and Jill Valentine. So those are who this movie is going to be focused on, and Wesker. I can't wait to see what they do with
Oh,
Wesker.
Wesker's child. I like the children of them. I
Yeah,
wanted to
well,
see
they're
that
not going
too.
to come
Best in the
until
future.
later because that movie will have to be
And
like
I
four
fucking
hours
love
long.
Ada Wong. Ada Wong used
Yeah,
to be
Ada
bae.
Wong. And that reminded me, I just started playing Resident Evil 6 again because the only
You know
Resident
what?
Evil
I
I
never
never
beat
beat.
that game.
Yeah, that's
What?
the only one
Oh
I
my
never
gosh,
beat.
yeah.
That's the
Because I was
only
just
one
like,
I
I was like, what
never
the fuck is this
beat.
shit?
And so I'm playing it co-op with my cousin. We just finished the Leon storyline, so we got two other storylines to go through. I thought it was gonna be quick because I'm like, if you got all these characters to play with, how long can each of these stories? Like, it took us like 8 hours to go through the first storyline. So I'm like, damn, what if all of these shits are 8 hours long? So
Yeah.
we'll see. I'm gonna finish it up. Maybe I don't know. I don't know if I could stream it doing co-op. Maybe I could fucking stream it. I'll see. I'll check it out when I get back
Yeah.
on there. But other than that, though, um, THQ Nordic is about to have their 10-year anniversary, and they said they're going to announce 6 new games, and they're
THQ
going to
still
be,
around? I
you
thought they
know,
ended with wrestling.
oh no, man, that was just THQ. That 2K bought out wrestling
Because I used
company.
to play wrestling games when that came out.
Like
Well, I mean, when they were
THQ
still around.
Nordic, they're responsible for games like Darksiders, Destroy All Humans, the
Ooh, I
Red
love that game.
Faction games.
I don't like that
Um,
game.
they made Biomutant.
I
Um,
haven't played it yet. I know Mad King played that
yeah,
though.
Freddie was streaming Biomutant, so you guys could go back in the past, look up old streams, and see Freddie playing Biomutant. Mad King, he streamed that. But like, so I'm thinking of all these games. Most of the games that I know are recent. But I'm hoping they bring back Red Faction. I did love Red Faction,
I don't
even
think I played
though
it for me to have a real opinion of it.
the part two, Red Faction 2 on PS3, I believe. PS3 was the best Red Faction. I love that. Like, but Red Faction Gorilla was also good, but not in take me back. Red Faction 2 focused more on the story, and you had a team of characters, and you protected your people, and they're all dying, like Halo Reach. Like you have a team of characters. The further you get into the story, they die off one by one by one. And like, so I'm hoping they make a remake of that. If they can make a remake of Red Faction 2, I really appreciate it.
Yeah.
So we're gonna throw that out there. But they're gonna do this on September 17th, 5 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, which would be 2 p.m. for Pacific time, for those of you that are watching us at Pacific time. So just want to throw that out there. Also, for us card game players, Magic the Gathering is getting Fortnite and Street Fighter cards next year. And the year after that, in 2023, hopefully I'm alive, we'll get Lord of the Rings cards, which I'm hoping I'm alive to play with. So because I don't like to pretend like I'm gonna live that long. I live my life like one day at a time, and I have fun, as much fun as I can every day of my fucking life. That's just how I live. But if I'm there in 2023 and Gamerish is still around, bet your ass we're gonna be talking about some Lord of the Rings cards being put into Magic the Gathering. And for those who I don't know if Troy is watching us right now. I know he's a big Magic the Gathering guy, um, or was another guy, David.
I
But
gotta start playing this game. I
they
saw
said,
I saw Aquaman playing this game. I gotta play this game now.
yeah, but they said that for people that are wondering like how you're gonna screw up the rank mode, you're not gonna be allowed to use these special cards in rank mode. It's only gonna be allowed in like arena mode and all the casual modes. So anyone doing the regular, like if you go to a competition and you pull out this card, it's not gonna be allowed in your deck. They said they will not be allowed if you go to a competition. So only allow for casual play. If you're playing online, ranked play, it won't be in there. If you buy the cards from a card shop, they won't be allowed in tournament play. So for the hardcore players, you don't gotta worry about that. You know, another thing, I just want to throw this out there. We got this news while I was waiting for Felice to get home, well, wherever she's at. Crisis Remastered Trilogy coming out October 15th for PlayStation, Xbox, PS4, PS5, Series X, Series S, and I think Switch also. I don't know how they're going to pull off those graphics on the Switch, but it's coming to the Switch as well. And the last bit of news I had, I felt like I want to know what you thought about it. In China, I know everyone's heard now that kids
The
under the age of
the
18
time Monday through
only
Friday.
being allowed to play online games. I should emphasize that the online games, because that's what China, they're obsessed with MMOs and RTSs, playing online. That's what they play mostly more than single player games, unless it's Final Fantasy or Persona, from what I know. Because there's games out there that, of course, we don't get, but they're limited to 3 hours a week, Friday to Sunday, and holidays. What do you think would happen here in the States if you and me
Anarchy,
was
chaos,
limited to fucking three
murder.
hours a week? Go be it. Of course, it would have to be. We're the parents now. Like at our age, we could be the parents. This don't apply to us now. But if you had a kid that was under the age of 17 and the US came out with this law, do you think you would abide by this law? Because in what ways can they really
It won't
monitor
work
us?
here. Our whole society is different. It will not work
Yeah,
here. We don't listen to
yeah,
anybody, especially in New
yeah.
York. We're like, what?
And yeah, they can't monitor us the same way the Chinese government
No,
monitors their people.
it's
Like
different.
they really like they look out for fucking people making fun of their leader in video games. Like they
Yeah, and then
monitor
the people
everything.
come in, they take you, and then you're escorted
Yeah.
somewhere. I
Like
do them
me,
up.
like if this happened, like I'm the gamer dad. My kids will be breaking the law every fucking day. Like we're breaking the law. Like fuck that. Like I'll have signs outside my house. Like fuck that shit. Like I'm not following that. But I feel bad for these kids, yo, because sometimes because it's not. If you go beyond them thinking that kids, yes, we have seen stories about kids in China dying in front of the computer because of starvation. They rather play games more than they eat and shit like that. We have seen stories like that. But there are kids out there who go online because they get bullied in real life. There's kids that go there to escape their world, like because they have a lot of game arcades out there and shit like that where kids go and just sit down and play for hours online. Like a lot of these kids, they probably, for all we know, they're getting bullied in school, and this is their escape. We don't know what's going on at
Well,
home either.
I
You
mean,
know,
it's different in a different. Well, you talk
yeah,
about here,
everybody
or you
has
talk about a different country because there is
no,
different. Like these people are
yeah,
celebrities.
but I'm just talking about
They're not
China in
getting bullied.
particular.
They're not getting bullied. These
We
are
don't know that.
celebrities.
They look how much
Yo, you
shows
looking
we
at it
watch.
totally wrong. They get treated
No,
like celebrities over there for being streamers. Well, I
no,
don't
I'm
know
not
what
talking
you're.
about streamers. I'm talking about kids that just want to play. I'm not talking about
Oh,
streamers.
okay, sorry.
Yeah, because remember, this is people
Exit
17 and
stage.
under.
Stage left.
You know, yeah. So like, these are kids that just need to escape because like every family ain't perfect. There's people that
No, I
are
get that, but I think
that
that your
that
persona, your you're taking a part of what we're dealing with in our own society and stuff and applying it to a different society where the rules are
But it's
all
not like it
different.
don't happen there just because we
Yeah,
don't see
I'm
it.
not saying it don't happen. I'm saying that you're looking at it through American eyes. It's not the same. Um, Gaming has been such a problem. It's not just because people aren't eating and people aren't sleeping or taking care of themselves. It's because a lot of people find it as their only escape. Not necessarily only because of possibly getting bullied and stuff like that, but because you have all these companies that are marketing towards them, even American companies, that are marketing towards Asian Asian
That's where they get most of their money.
gamers, Asian gamers that they're because for instance, Korea, for instance, they have like this whole career path. Which talking about being celebrities, they have all these different things happening in different Asian countries where they're saying that this is your only way out versus being the traditional doctor, what I'm talking about, doctor, businessman, lawyer, whatever the traditional, jobs that would have been in the era that were our parents. I wouldn't say us because we're still in this era with these kids coming up, just kind of in the middle. But like everything is different because they're trying to be in a certain light. So I think that yeah, I agree with you to the degree of yeah, you don't know if they're suffering from abuse or this that, which is probably true because like sometimes often traditions are overbearing on a different generation that doesn't agree with what's happening from the older generation. Yes, that is true. But don't look at it with American eyes. I know that that's hard to say, but don't look at it like that. You need to look at it from like, oh, the bigger issue isn't that. The bigger issue is they're doing this because of all these corporations that are saying, this is the new best thing. Like how they marketed to black people being athletes. This is that they are the athletes. That's what they're saying.
I noticed that, but when I was reading the article, they claim, like one of the articles I read from Kotaku, their claim about it was that they're spending too much time on it, like they're
Yeah,
talking
because
about
it's frowned
their
upon.
health and all
Yeah,
that stuff, and
yeah, but
they
also
just
they over
feel they won't be able to function as working class people when they get older because these
because
video
working class
games.
people for them means something different than playing video
Yeah,
games. So you have to understand the story in its totality versus just in a limited portion. Like here in America, like working class is like different because we're used to like fucking playing video games and then like, all right, well, for you instance, you do this, you do that for work sometimes, or a businessman, I always see you in your suits and stuff like that, but we do this too. Like this is what we're used to, but in other cultures, it's like this is what you do. What the fuck you doing over there? And it's like structure. It's like focus. It's like you're supposed to do this, honor the family, honor and stuff like that. It's just very different. It's what I'm
yeah.
getting at. I'm not disagreeing with you. I'm just saying
No,
that
no, I know what you're saying. Yeah, that's why we
my
have these
arm is starting to hurt from
conversations.
this
So
vaccine.
we all have our idea, our own different opinions and shit on everything. You
This
know,
shit's hurting.
but yeah, like that's unless you had any other thing to add, that's all everything I had for us tonight. Like I thank everybody that stuck with us to our 11 o'clock time. Thank you guys. Even though it's only an hour and a half show, we did pretty good for starting late. Pretty good timing I think we did for starting late, and we appreciate everybody that joined us once again. Yo, join our Facebook group on. We have two pages. We have a Facebook Gamerish Network page and a Gamerish Network group.
The
For
link that
anybody
you'll see is the
watching,
page, but they're both links, so you could just
yes, they're all
yeah.
linked to each other, and but our page is mostly used for our videos. I'll reiterate again. If you really want to support us, we would appreciate if you go to Gamerish Network. I mean, Patreon.com/Gamerish Network and choose to donate or subscribe to help us out monthly, which will bring us more ways to give you guys prizes. As you guys that are already with us see, we give out prizes for our tournaments and
Did I
things
spell
like
it wrong?
that.
Did I spell it
We
wrong?
oh no, you got it right.
It didn't pop
And
up.
it's good. And we really want to see you guys around, man. Well, the Gamers Network is about you guys communicating with us. You know, Kim, you got what am I adding you on? Is this Steam? Is Xbox? You gotta let me know what I'm adding you on. And you still got my number, girl. Text me and I'll add you. And so, but yeah, so we just want you guys support and love. We want to keep doing this for you guys. As you can see, even if we're running late, even if we couldn't do a pod yesterday, we came here tonight and we said we had to do this for you guys. Could have been too long. We didn't do it last week. Want to make sure we get a pod out there. So we hope you guys enjoyed it. Hope you guys continue to support us, love us, help us out any way you can. We're trying to get bigger and do even better things for you guys. So, as I usually say every week, enjoy your drinks, enjoy your games, and peace out.